This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare here with another game to finish. And, well, it's Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood. I already did a first impressions video of it, so for this case, we've already played the game. We've gone through all 9 chapters and all the side things and everything like that. Now, I decided to, for those who watched the first impression, I started on normal mode, but after finding the game somewhat lacking in a lot of parts and interest, I decided to redo it as easy because apparently there's no trophies for doing it on any difficulty. So unless you're looking for a true challenge of your skill, I would just say play it on the easy mode and finish it then. But we're at the final bit here, and adding myself on the save file that shows like what time I've actually played this as opposed to when it's finally released, but who cares? Anyway, Indran's oil rig is the final thing. A lot of things have happened since the beginning. For those who haven't watched that, then the main character has gone through like a lot of hardships. A lot of allies have fallen, surprisingly and unsurprisingly, and just things happen. And now we're at the final place. We're chasing down the main bad guy and looking for our daughter who's been kidnapped because she apparently is like she tests well in trials. So hopefully we'll get there in time. But let's start. Indran's oil rig. After defeating both Onawa and Pachu, victims of the worm's corruption, Cahal takes off for the oil rig on the Pacific coast, where Watkins has fled with Adana. Yeah, that's the name of the villain in this game, Watkins. He looks like a standard, like he's got, like, he looks like your typical, like, looks like a modern-day tech guy. Like, instead of it being, like, some, you know, impressive bad guy or whatever, he's like, yeah, I beat you, or I'm gonna destroy you for hurting my company, or something like that. And you're like, God, this guy's not impressive at all, but I guess he's supposed to represent the bad effects of corporations and stuff like that. But anyway, there the Fianna warriors meet up with Ava and her activists, who aim to destroy the oil rig as well as the biological weapon that is stocked there. However, the only thing that matters to Cahal is his daughter.
Over here. My men have already secured this sector. Watkins and his troops know we're here.
Doesn't matter. They won't stop me from finding my daughter.
I know, but there's something more at stake here, Cahal. I've had time to analyze the data we got from Indran's HQ in Nevada. The biofuel and the treatment undergone by the prisoners are both linked to the Earthblood protocol.
That's the Earthblood is like what corrupts like whoever like sniffs and turns them into like weird umbra creatures that have like tentacles and stuff. I guess the worm or something like that. But
I don't give a fuck about the protocol.
Damn it, Cahal, listen. Even if you do save Adana, if we don't put a stop to what's going on here, the whole world is fucked.
What are you talking about?
The tests on the prisoners allowed Indran to develop a compound that acted as an attractor for Banes. Lots of people affected ended up as Fomori.
Then the gas Watkins used in Nevada.
It's their biofuel. They've developed a method to spread their compound in gas form, and right now this is where they're producing it. Humans will contaminate each other, turn each other into Fomori, simply by driving their fucking cars. That's the Earthblood protocol.
I think this game was designed before all the stuff happened with the cough. So don't jump the gun just on that. But anyway, well, I guess we'll just have to destroy this place then.
Then this base needs to be destroyed.
Damn right. We'll split up to divide their forces. Go get Adana and try to draw their troops' attention. We both know you can handle it. My team will follow you to place explosives and mop up any stragglers.
Fine by me. As long as you can help me find her.
I'll open any doors I can remotely. Now, let's go.
Good luck, Cahal.
She's our second command for those who didn't play the beginning of the game or whatever. Now, this game, from what I've noticed, this game is like a combination of stealth and action. But for the most part, unless you're playing on a super hard difficulty or just don't want to fight, most times there's really no major penalty for like failing a stealth mission. You're just kind of like, oh, I have to fight these guys now. Oh well, type of thing. So it's. I've noticed that too. Like, I thought, oh, maybe that affects the ending if you purposely, like, enrage and attack people, like, 24/7. No, not really. Doesn't really do anything. So I'm gonna for some of this mission, I'm gonna try and like get these spirit things that you can collect, because I'm actually really close to the achievement. There's like 126 of these things, and that was probably the most annoying part about this game. Is for those who are doing trophy hunting, that like it's for the most part it's not that hard to do it, because this game doesn't seem that long for the most part. At least it didn't seem like it. I went through a lot of the levels pretty quickly. That's mainly because I stopped stealthing and I just purposely got caught so I could just attack things, you know. There should only be 7 spirits left for this final bit. Sometimes I might go into my while things are waiting.
And of course, Watkins locked down the whole site when he saw us coming. To get where Adana's being held, you'll need to advance sector by sector, unlocking each one as you go. Now, connect me to this sector's terminal.
Alright, sorry if while I let things talk, sometimes I might look to the... There's someone who did like a full like collection of all the spirits, so kudos to them for actually messing with all that, because, you know, I don't think I would have wanted to record all that. I don't find this game interesting. Sorry to the developers, I'm not trying to be cruel or anything like that. I just didn't find this game that, you know, funny I say that, like I didn't find this game that interesting and I beat it, but it's... Have you ever like invested some time into something and you just keep like... Are these guys some of the... Okay, these guys are Ava's followers or whatever, the basically Greenpeace people. Well, I mean, I'd make a joke. I don't actually know. I don't remember much about Greenpeace. I don't even know if they're still a thing anymore. Because weren't they like kind of... I wouldn't say... I don't know. That'd be eco-terrorists or something like that, or no, maybe. Well, not terrorists. You know, can't really throw that word around without any proof. Otherwise, you know.
Ava,
This sector's lock has been taken care of.
how's your side looking?
We're making progress.
Actually, I might be just misremembering or something like that. Because there's really not much else to explore around here, right? I'm not really. I know where some of the secret stuff is. I'm just kind of. Yeah, it looks like what'd you call them? Lambda? Like Lambda Beta Gamma or something like that? It's kind of funny. It did name it after like a, you know, what's the word? A Greek house from like college or something like that. You'd think I wouldn't know much because I never... Well, actually, technically I went to college, but it was one of those colleges where it was so close by that there was no point in doing any of the frats or any of that type of stuff, so I never had that experience. It really didn't seem like really much to worry about or mess with. I never really cared for that stuff anyway, so it's like, whatever. Anyway, sorry, we're just going through all that, so I assume it's just to keep going. Oh, here's the next one. Or at least I believe so. Let me look at run the video through. I'm obviously running the video at times whatever, so I'm not like double the speed or whatever, so I'm not like just letting the system just hang there, you know, for a while. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it flowing, but sometimes I might like forget I'm like trying to record something and then it's just like, oh, it's so awkward. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to just keep flipping
Just
them.
keep going. I'll have my people prime the explosives so we can take this place down.
Roger.
Just keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Yeah, I try turning into like a wolf as much as I can because he tends to go a lot faster. Actually, could I have gone through the door? I'm just curious now. I didn't even try going through the door. I was just... Okay, there's not a button thing for it. But yeah, it's faster to go through wolf form, especially if you're trying to... Because sometimes you can sneak through some areas. Like the AI is kind of dumb in some places, so you can just like go into wolf form and just speed past through everyone, and by the time they notice, you've already gotten to the door and left the area. So turn off the cameras. Cameras basically pick you up. Like if you get caught, if you get seen, the game immediately you get targeted, so you have to finish the area. So all right, let's see. Did they see me? Really? Oh no, they're just saying shoot to kill. I was like, oh yeah, usually if you're trying to fight things, or if you know you're gonna get caught destroying these things, purposely like weakens the people that come out. That's basically the summoning ports for the. Oh, I have to clear the area anyway, so I can't skip it. Oh, that's kind of annoying. I noticed, yeah, I noticed later on in the game they start forcing you to take out targets after a while. Like, you couldn't just ignore certain areas. They're like, you have to kill everyone. I'm like, ugh. So for a guy who's like trying to get through an area as quickly as he can, it is a little annoying. So, oh well. Yeah, the AI, like, I don't know, the AI in this game is kind of dumb. It seems like it anyway. I think this game could have used a bit more polish. I don't know if it would have made it better, but I think it could have used some polish. And even with all the patches on this thing that are already out. See, there's only one guy left, but the thing is, the guy the one guy that's left, I can't insta-kill him. So it's like, what's the point of stealth if you can't do that with most of the characters? I get that maybe some characters are immune, but shouldn't that be for when you get caught? You know, that type of thing. But yeah, there's no... I have to purposely get caught by this guy so we can... Okay, let me rage. Yeah, that's really annoying that you can't like certain areas. Like, that's the... Like, doesn't that defeat the purpose of making like stealth games or stealth build games? Luckily this game doesn't have a... on the... what's the word? On the... the upgrade system or whatever, there isn't like a stealth tree specifically. There is one thing you can buy that improves your... These are the more, by the way, that are turning into like, you know, evil creatures of Fae war or whatever. Yeah, there's so... Anyone that pops out of these things is going to be weak because of... yeah, let me actually use some of my abilities so I can beat these guys a little bit faster. Yeah, like in some fights it just seems kind of like monotonous to just do these fights. Like, I usually just want to finish these as fast as I can. Oh, there's the eco suits, basically ripped right out of Aliens. It looks cool in Aliens, not so much here, but yeah, whatever. There's actually a boss where you fight someone who's in this thing. For those who watched the first impressions video, it's I guess they call her Tank Girl. The girl looks like Olga from Metal Gear Solid 2 or something like that. And yeah, now I finally remember her name. And when I was doing the video, I was just like, oh, that lady, like Petra or something like that. And I was like, of course after the video, I'm like, oh yeah, Olga is her name. And you end up raising her daughter after...
I'm on my way to the next sector.
There's a helipad not too far from you. That should have access to this sector's terminal.
Yeah, but spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 2 and Resurgence, I guess. You end up having to raise Olga's daughter after she dies during the encounter in the second game. Although it's been forever since I played the second game, so I remember the gist of it, but I'll admit I've forgotten quite a bit of the story hooks and everything like that. Okay, so you have to go through the vent in this case. Yeah, a lot of vent going through in this game. Because you're a wolf and they're just big enough. Which I think at certain facilities there are vents that are this big. Another stealth section. Great goodness. Sorry, I'm waiting for them to... Yeah, I'm just checking the video, so I might as well just get... Well, does it say clear the area? Or... If it doesn't say clear the area, I'm just gonna try to... Well, I'd have to... No. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to just clear it out. Like I said, it's almost a lot faster just to purposely get caught or enrage and just, like, start taking everything out, so... Oops, I wonder if he actually saw me. I think he did. Oh, well, let me sabotage. Aw, come on, really? I got caught enough? Whatever. Fine. I was gonna sabotage that, but I guess the guy summoned the people too quickly or something like that, so... Oh, well. I mean, the game has some interesting concepts behind it, so I'm not here to, like, completely say, don't play this game or whatever, but I'm not... Like, usually games like this that, like, kind of have this, like, they look okay, but there's some, like, charm to them that I kind of like in a lot of games, but I don't know. This game didn't really hit that little that itch that always happens to me with certain games. You know, like Frogware games or those spider games. I think I mentioned in the video. Like they have some charm to them. For, like even though there's a lot of it about that you shouldn't like, but every once in a while there's just something about maybe how the game's made or the characters or something like that just really stands out. I mean, I guess in this, I guess Cahal is kind of interesting in a way because he's a pretty straightforward guy for the most part. Even with all the shit that's happened to him in the game, you know, losing a bunch of friends, losing his Cairn, pretty much his family, you know, and his daughter's been kidnapped, you know, and with all the stuff, like a lot of bad things just kind of happen in the game. Like there's no, well, I guess there is build up, but I think what I'm trying to word it. And I know you can like execute people and stuff like that, but I'm just like, let's just do this. So I guess he's a little bit different because he doesn't spend like, you know, how in some games he would, like a character like that would spend like, you know, an hour, you know, moping around or something like that about like everything that's going on. He seems to be, I think it's just because he's a werewolf and he's lived in the wild, so all about, you know, the wild wolf, you know, is a harsh place, you know, it doesn't take care of itself, you know. If you ever lived in nature or watched nature documentaries, it cares about the cute things, you know. It's like, nope, those cute things are probably gonna get eaten, you know, kind of like baby turtles when they go out to sea. 9 times out of 10, like 90% of those eggs are gonna get eaten by birds before they reach the sea. So, sorry, those birds want to eat, you know. But anyway, yeah, like he like people die and he gets sad over. Well, I don't know if I'd say sad. Sometimes I think the voice acting or the acting is kind of like. I mean, even when his brother-in-law dies, he's just kind of like, you know, can't bury the body, we gotta go, you know, that type of thing. So it's like, I mean, I guess he mourns him in his own way, but but sorry, but it's not for very long. So I think that's where I'm supposed to go next. But I think this takes me to a secret. Or if anything, it at least gets me to a... Yeah, I saw that plane over there, so that's probably it. Yep, it's this plant right there. You verify that's it, though. I've maxed out most of the abilities in the game, so I'm like... I'm only missing a couple, and they're not really that big of a deal. Yeah, I'm just checking the next section here. Okay. Yeah, the guy skips a lot of stuff on the way, which is unnecessary for me to watch anyway. So.
Now what?
The terminal downstairs, and all the guards in your way.
I don't have the best short-term memory, so that's why I have to almost re-watch. Oh yeah, I guess I could be taking out people with crossbows, but I haven't really been paying attention to that either. Let's see. Yeah, I've almost maxed out the rest of the, just 2 more spirit things, and we should just get that naturally from either collecting the rest of the spirits or defeating enemies. And you don't get experience for defeating enemies, all like if you purposely fail stealth things. I think it's just after certain sections get accomplished, then it gives you experience, or spirit power, or whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah, and this game doesn't have like a manual save feature. It's all autosave, which is kind of annoying for those who are maybe trying to go for easy trophy completion, because there's a point in the game where if you want to get a certain achievement, you have to do one thing, and then but then you have to go back and do it again and choose a different path, that type of thing. And yeah, see, I'm just purposely failing, or purposely just getting seen, because it's just going to be like, what if they actually saw me? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I can use that crossbow, but I'm just like, eh. Yep, I guess they saw me. That's, oh well. I was hoping to get to the, oh well. Oh no, oops. It's like I couldn't see anything for a second. Yeah, I probably could have gotten out. Like I said, like, if you're playing on, like, the hardest difficulty, then yeah, you probably want to stealth a bit better, because they'll have more HP. I think that's it, though. I don't think their strategy changes much. I think they just give them a lot more HP on hard difficulty. Or I think it's hard. I think it's just and obviously you take more damage, stuff like that. But so yeah, you might want to weaken the enemies through sabotaging their little things if you're on. Although I haven't actually played through the game on hard mode, it just even on normal I wasn't really like suffering too badly, you know. Then again, normal mode is supposed to be like if you have a general concept or understanding of the game's controls, then you should only die like maybe a handful of times. But the only time I died in this game was when I was trying to beat an encounter with 5 HP left. You know, because sometimes you would misguess the like how much damage a character can do, that type of thing. I need to keep switching to different modes. Yeah, I bet with that one guy there, we would have had to attack everything anyway, so. Okay, I entered through that. I was just making sure I remembered where I entered from. But yeah, if this is hard mode, it probably would have taken me a bit longer to get through it, but other than that. And I usually don't like having my videos where I, like, unless the game is so bad or it does something offensive, I usually try not to be, like, too like, aggressive towards the game, but...
On it. You head to the north sector.
How are you managing?
Lost some men in a counterattack, but we've managed to push them back.
And of course, I don't think this game deserves me giving it so much flack. Have there been games that deserved it? Yeah, I think so, but I don't think it is. I'm just being weirdly harsh with this game for some reason. I think that just happens every once in a while. I'll just have a mood where I just want to, like, let out either, like, annoyance or frustration. Not that I really had much in this game. I think it just suffers from boredom every once in a while, because really, like I said, I was just kind of going through the motions to finish this game. I was even skipping. I only read, like, there's a trophy for, like, reading all the documents. I kind of stopped. Well, I mean, I read the documents enough to get the achievement, but I stopped, like, I wasn't even paying attention to them. I wasn't even reading them because I didn't care about the world and everything. I was just like, oh, whatever. You know, I was just like, I just want to get through this. I guess not the best of job trying to get invested in the game or property. Can you really not get past this without? I guess not. I guess you have to get seen, because there's really no way around. Can't really stealth this.
What was that?
Because as soon as you kill this guy, you'll get a.
Huh?
I mean, if I guess I went like super fast. Oh, I guess I did get through this faster. Huh. Okay. So I don't think I saw any other. I think this is the next. Yeah, okay. I was trying to remember from the video where. And yeah, I know you shouldn't be like really watching. Can you disable these without? Huh? No, you can't. You have to do it through like the computer or whatever. That's a bit annoying. What was I gonna say? And yeah, I know you probably shouldn't be watching like other people's videos while doing a video. But I have a short. I wouldn't say I have the worst short-term memory, but even though I've watched it, I still don't remember. I still forget like little pieces of it. So it's like I'm just trying to remind myself like where I need to look and stuff like that. But yeah, you can tell how much I'm like really not invested in this one if I'm like doing stuff like that. Ow! Freaking saw me. Boo! Final rage. I was almost at the door too. They wrecked me pretty hardcore. Oh right, I forgot that the oops. But there we go. Yeah, I forgot the turrets were there. That's why hey, you might actually see me die on screen maybe. That's actually surprising. Or not. Well, it's because of the turrets. The turrets actually do quite a ridiculous amount of damage. Actually, I think they do the most damage out of everything. That's usually why you want to take care of them as soon as you can. So. If I was playing the hard mode, obviously I wouldn't be purposely getting hurt and stuff like this. I'd actually be trying to like dodge things, but I mean, I probably should show you like grabbing people and executing them and stuff like that. Because if a character's weak enough, you can just straight up like grab them and execute them like right there. Yeah, you see them like rip their heads off, stuff like that. So, I mean, the game's got the gore in spades and the violence. I don't know, like, I think violence without much to it can get kind of, like, you can kind of just glaze over it after a while. You're kind of just like, oh, I'm killing dudes, whatever. You know, that type of thing, like, I forgot what they call that, where you're so used to it. Yeah. Sometimes I know my certain words or phrases, I sometimes will forget. Even though of course, I'm getting old, and that's going to happen all the time. Not that big. I don't even know what half these like monsters do really, other than attack you. There probably are some notes or whatever that talk about like different Fomorian and what the guards can do, but like whatever this creature is doing, that's like sucking up energy. You might be sucking up my rage or something like that. Which is that red bar, which is that like orange bar down the bottom, which basically lets you do your abilities. Can't remember doing my abilities more often. I always like having like at least my health one available, so I can heal myself if I take too much damage. And the reason I'm saying in the slow form is because it has your armor. One of the abilities you can buy is your armor improves, and you also take a lot less damage while using the heavy mode. I think it's called, actually I think it is called heavy mode. Like if I want to go faster, it'd be better to be the fast frenzy mode or fast mode or whatever it's called. But I think some of the designs for the creatures are pretty interesting though. Like some of the monsters, like they definitely can tell that a lot of them are. I mean, obviously the Fomorians are supposed to be like a corruption nature or part of the worm, so they look nature-ish, but you can tell that there's like a Yui factor, you know, Cthulian or something like that. You know, like that guy who shoots whatever that bramble body he has or whatever it's called. And some of the guardian creatures for the werewolves are pretty neat looking too, like very interesting designs. You know, so, like there's a lot of things to this game to like, but I don't know, just like I said, just something about like certain like things are just like missing, you know. I don't know, maybe pacing, maybe better character models. Yeah.
We placed C4 on key support structures in 2 sectors. Took some heavy losses in the process, but we're holding strong.
Anyway, yeah, here's one of the notes. Dr. Westerman, the operating theaters of Viridian State Prison are not in a position to handle the continuation of our tests. That's there was a mission where you have to you purposely get locked up and go into the prison. Please prepare a lab that's able to receive the werewolf subject on our offshore base.
This email's only a few weeks old.
Yeah, we went to the base, and it's funny how the game wanted you to like pretend to be like a model prisoner and all this other stuff, but you could just like purposely enrage and just kill everyone and get to the next section. It's kind of humorous when you think about it. Oh, there's also like a trophy in the game for not killing yellow characters like this, which are basically civilians. Apparently there's a glitch with the actually I might as well enrage because this guy won't. Actually I need to redo that, try to get that achievement. On that one is basically don't kill any civilians during a mission, but I think it's the trophy's bugged in this version, the PS4 version or whatever, because I redid the mission where the first mission of the game you do is actually one of the easiest missions to not do because there's only 2 civilians in the whole place, so if you just do it without encountering them, you'll get it. But I accidentally killed them the first time because I was just kind of messing around and I didn't know about that thing, and so I was like, oh, I'll just start a new file and just do this again. But it wouldn't activate. So I think I have to basically just delete all my files and just or maybe even uninstall the game and replay it again to maybe fix that, maybe. But it's not a big deal. But you know, now that, like, just from playing the game, I've almost like got most of them. And usually I don't do like, I usually don't talk about like trophy collecting and stuff like that. But like games like this where, you know, you're just kind of like, oh, I don't know what the word, like you need something else to do about it, like to get you try to keep playing more. You're just like, well, at least I'll do this, I guess. You know. Man, I'm such a negative, like in this game I swear I'm like such a negative Nancy. It's crazy. At least I'm not a Karen.
I'm entering the north sector.
The server you're looking for is downstairs. Oh, fuck.
What is it?
I've got 2 black spiral dancers on my screen. They're waiting for you.
Black spirals. Good. I've got an old score to settle.
Black Spiral Dancer sounds like a rock band or something like that. Broadway Black Spiral Dancers, yeah, 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 or something like that. I don't know. I don't know why I'm checking in here. There's like nothing in here. You'd be surprised how often there's like a lot of nothing in this game. Like you can explore a place and everything, but it's just kind of like, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. I'm shaving at every turn. The black spirals are like, I think they're just like Enron or Adrian or whatever.
So, Watkins has sent his dogs to do his dirty work.
Yeah, like they're Enron specific, like Garu, or maybe they're man-made Garu. I don't know. Anyway, I guess we need to fight these guys. So I guess they're a mini boss or something like that. Yeah, purposely, if I was playing smarter, I wouldn't be running into their attacks and stuff like that. I would actually be dodging and all that. But you know, at a certain point, you're just kind of like button mash for the win, button mash for the win. I keep forgetting that like different forms like have different versions of the abilities. So. Yeah, with those werewolves, you like punch their faces in or something like that. I guess if you kill one, the other one turns into the boss with the boss bar because he's enraged. Yeah, I guess I could be showing other abilities, but he's almost dead anyway. And yeah, if it was normal mode, I wouldn't be doing as much damage. He'd have more life, so forth and so on. I don't know, just you'd think a game with like werewolves would be more like, yeah. See, it looks like you punch their like faces in, King Kong style.
This planet's 2 black spiral dancers cleaner.
You okay to keep going?
I've got no choice.
We're at the last step. You've got to disconnect the server. It'll allow me to open your path to Adana.
Only for Adana. There's no one else. Only Adana. Only Zool. My life for Ner'zhul. Did I miss a portal somewhere? Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, did I miss something? Did I miss a day at school somewhere? Well, I did. I missed quite a few days at school. Because I thought high school was super boring as a kid. And I'm not like, oh, I was super smart. I mean, I was smart, but not that smart, you know. Dr. Westerman, the Black Spiral Dancers have been brought to the base as per the President's orders. We request the immediate dispatch of the bodies of subjects having succumbed to the program or individuals judged unsuitable. That should be enough to feed them for the coming weeks. We shall send you full data on these 2 subjects concerning their behavior and their attack capabilities.
These sons of bitches won't hurt anyone again.
Yeah, we killed those guys. We killed those Black Spiral Dancers. Did I make the same joke when I was... I think I did. Something about tiny dancers or whatever. You go through the... Nope, you just have to go through. Okay. I was just curious. I was just cruise. Yeah, sometimes you can just kind of go through these guys like super fast. Anything? Nope. Okay. Yeah, the next Guardian Spirit is quite a whiles off actually.
Neutralized.
Nice. Now I can open the way to the west sector. That's where they're keeping Adana. Go get her back.
Go get back Adana. Oh yeah, the reason my wolf is like glowing or whatever, it's like if you're in wolf form, if you stand still, you're supposed to be harder to be seen. But oh, come on, no. Nope. Well then, I accidentally jumped off the edge. Whoops. And unfortunately, when that happens, you have to load it, and unfortunately the game takes a hot minute to load. Yeah, another one of the issues I have with this game is load times. I know it has to load because it's loading the whole area, so it's not like. And I mean, I'll give the game credit. There's very few pop-in renders that I've noticed. Like in some games, like if you depending on how it loads or whatever, sometimes to save on the load times or whatever, it won't pop all renders. It'll it'll reduce like graphic texture or whatever on it, and they'll only look better when you actually walk up to them. Like from far off, they won't look as good. But in this case, the game's like popping in the whole level, so no load times in between. Oh, do I have to do the whole door? Oh man, ugh. Maybe I should just go straight up, like, finish them off. Okay. Just, get back in there, kill this guy. Oh, you can see that, oh, yep, this whole it looks like this whole section's, like, tied into both areas, because...
The server's been neutralized.
Yeah, see, as soon as I... Which, interesting enough, they won't go into the, they won't go into this room because the AI is, like I said, is dumb. They're not. This place is basically off limits to them. See, they're looking around for me and everything. I wonder if I could. No, probably not. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, see the elevator thing's like not working, and of course I can't activate or sabotage the things either. So, all right, let's just boo. Just can't let me have fun and just skip this whole charade. You see, that's a cool design for the creature, having those like bramble things all over. It looks like a tumbling weed, actually, like an evil tumbling weed. Ah, oh, don't want to fall off again. Oh boy, kind of reminds me of there's a tabletop game called Deadlands, and I think there's actually an enemy like that that's like an evil tumbleweed. That'll, like, if it catches you, it'll suck your blood or something like that. It's been a while since I played that game. Well, I say play that game. It's a tabletop game, so obviously you can only play it when you actually have, it's a group game. You have to have people with you to do it. So, and for people who watch or listen to my videos, I'm not much of a group person. Anyway, it's been a while since I've run it. I would usually actually run the games myself, actually. I was one of those types of guys that preferred running it than playing it. There's something about creating and doing all that stuff yourself, storytelling and all that fun jazz, that something more entertaining than just having someone else do it for me. I think it's because in video games you already have someone do that all the time, so having a regular person do it, I'm like, I'll just rather make up my own story or something. I'm not saying it'd be any good, I just would rather do that. Yeah, that's yeah, I haven't been showing off all the abilities in the game. Maybe I should, just to kind of change it up a bit, but and the fact that you actually get to use like a lot of your werewolf abilities and attack and stuff like that. Like some games would try to hold off on allowing you to use your abilities and stuff like that. Because it's like, oh, that would be too OP. Of course, they do that by making all the monsters pretty ridiculous too. So, all right, I think we're pretty close to the next Guardian Spirit. I think it's should be close by. I think. Let me check the thing here. I think I'm. Oh, yep, it's like right in front of me. I think it means I have 2 more to go too. There's that. Actually, how many points do I have? Oh, yeah, I think I maxed out everything. Because, yeah, there's only 1 ability left, so. Woohoo. Now, if I didn't get all the spirits, would I have been able to max out my stuff? Probably not. Because I think there are the gathering the spirits do give you a little bit of extra boost in power to do that. Let's see, sorry, just checking where this guy's going. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, let's go back this way. So unprofessional. Watching videos while I'm trying to play a game. Boo. Actually, I was just seeing I was kind of checking around and see what else is here. Like, seems there's really, because yeah, you can see like a lot of the assets get reused quite regularly in this game. I mean, at least they change it up a bit to where it's not exactly the same room every time. But whoops, I don't know why I was going back that way. I'll give them credit at least for trying to make it different, or at least try to change the placement every once in a while.
What did you hope to find? Didn't you understand that it was already too late for her? And now it's too late for you and your friends too.
Yeah, that's the voice of the villain, by the way. You'll be really unimpressed when we run into him. So, oh, 1 more to go. So we just have to find the last Guardian Spirit. So let's see where it is. Not the most effective way to show this. Oh, okay, it's actually not that far away. Sorry. Nope, it's not this way. It is. Ah, there it is. Oh yeah, if you can't tell, it's like a bone or something like that. Yep, there it is. All the Guardian Spirits. Woo. That was so worth it. God. Yeah, that was a bit tedious, because there's like 126 of them? Ugh. Just something that just... You know, it already screams not fun, if you know what I mean. Oh well. I mean, it just gives you experience. I mean, it would have been more interesting if you... It looks like we had to kill our daughter, so... Man, she got the short end of the stick when it came to, like, the transformation thing. Look at that thing. It's like some weird horror of some sort, you know? Man. I guess that's what the tests were all about, trying to see, like, what her compatibility was for becoming a Morin or Bane or whatever. I don't know. They keep like, adding all these new... I shouldn't even do that much damage. They're gonna answer. So. I'm just gonna call him evil Fae or something like that, or evil nature. Okay, I guess I don't want to use too many abilities because I want to save some HP for life if it comes down to it. Music didn't seem too bad at the beginning when we started the encounter, but like I said, this game has a lot of cool things about it. Like, I like the design of her, you know, just this amorphous, like, evil, I don't know, like, unscrupulous creature of the worm or whatever, you know. But, I think you're immune to damage during that. It looked like I did. Because I still take damage, it's just... So she's shooting goo at me or something like that, or spores or whatever. Looks like she's slowly getting sucked into the thing now. So I don't know if did the villain get stuck in the wall? See, yeah, it looks like she went through the wall. Huh. Impressive game. I somehow glitched out your boss. And this thing's patched to the latest or whatever, so. Can I even finish this? Alright.
Edie! I'm here. It's all right.
Dad.
I'm here.
It hurts. Dad, I don't want to die. I don't.
Edie.
Flamethrower, take cover! Cahal. Cahal, can you hear me? Cahal!
I'm here.
The explosives are almost ready. But Indran sent in reinforcements. We can't handle this alone. We need you, Cahal.
Adana. She's gone.
No.
Watkins. Tell me where that son of a bitch is.
Cahal, we might not make it. We need you here.
Where's Watkins?
He's on the roof of your building. But please, Cahal, I beg you, come back to us.
Okay, so here's the part of the game where no matter what you did throughout the game, no matter like what choice or what you did during the game, like if you're aggressive and purposely engaged in combat or didn't talk out people or whatever, like most games, all it does is at the end it comes to a path or a choice, either in the text or whatever. So obviously the good path is to help Ava and her group get out, and the Watkins path is the revenge path where we, you know, take out Watkins and kill the son of a bitch must pay. So what I'm gonna do is, let me close out my windows really quick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back up my save file into the online storage, so that way I can just load it up again afterwards, so I can show you the other path. I need to do that really quick off screen, so I'll do that really quick, and then we'll go to the Ava path first, and then I can show you the Watkins ending as well. So, all right, give me just a second. Okay, we're back. So I just uploaded my data to the online services. You can also put it on like a USB, but I found I didn't have a USB, so I just did the PlayStation Plus online storage. Anyway, we're gonna go save Ava because we're the good guy, even though all the crap we did over the course of the game.
Hold on. I'm coming.
Thank you, Cahal. If you can intercept their main force, we can handle the rest. They're regrouping before they come down on us. I've opened a shortcut for you so you can take them by surprise.
Yeah, since I don't have to go collecting anything, I can go straight to the target without no like delay for like a few seconds, because everything is pretty much just beat the bad guys and everything. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show off like the showing off getting the platinum by the end, because I haven't done that no civilians have been killed thing yet, but that's fine. I don't have to show that. I just thought I'd let you know. So yeah, see, this is why you want to back it up, because it saves automatically here. But if you back it up, it backs whatever you saved, and you have to manually back up the save. It's not like some games where it auto backs up saves and stuff like that. Like, you have to manually do it. So
You've got several waves of reinforcements heading your way. Get ready.
yeah, basically the final, I don't know why it's having me like sneak. Yeah, the final area of the game is basically just a bunch of waves of people and everything. Because Adana was pretty much the last boss of the game for the most part, I think, if I recall. Yeah, not an impressive last boss. Well, okay, it looked impressive. Let's just say that. But you know, in this, obviously, the story implications of having a, you know, the whole game, you've been trying to save your daughter, and then you just have to fight her. That's, you know, something powerful about that. You know, from some sicko who, you know, wanted to see you fight or something like that. But funny enough, there was a, like, during the game, you leave your Karen because you kill like one of your own, and you leave your daughter behind, all this other stuff. And the first time she meets you, she does the whole, well, I don't care that you're back, Dad, because you abandoned me and all that other stuff. And weirdly enough, that line of her hating you for leaving lasts for like a mission, and then she's like, I'm glad you're back, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess that drama was cleared up pretty quickly. I guess because of the fact that maybe she gets like a mission or two later, she ends up getting caught. I guess they wanted to wrap that part up. But wouldn't it have been more powerful if she had never forgiven him, but then she had gotten caught, and that was weighing heavily on his and maybe her mind throughout the whole game, and like needed to talk to her again, and maybe but when she dies, she says, I forgive you, or whatever, or something like that. Or, nah, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not really the biggest fan of like drama being held off for like 70% of the game for like no reason, you know, because sometimes like they'll hold on to a dramatic bit to try and either build tension or whatever, when most realistically, like, not all the time, but a lot of times people have probably gotten over it after a while. They're like, all right, yeah, we just have to fight a bunch of dudes, and use all our abilities, all this other fun stuff. Yeah, I really do need to show off like all the different attacks. Okay, so this guy's got, the heavy's got a couple of different attacks. He's got basically, I think it's just called claws or whatever, where you just like charge at the guy multiple times. This is the one I use the most. Then we've got like, I guess it's fireball or something like that. You basically throw like a wave of energy at the people, which what that was. And then we got the bottom one, which is healing, as you can tell. Oh yeah, when that little thing happens, it means I get hit with silver, which you think at the end of the game we'd have more creatures doing silver attacks or something like that. Silver attacks lowers your maximum HP, and usually can't be healed. But if you upgrade your stuff enough, your heal can fix that. And then the final one is like it's a downward smash or whatever, where it basically slows down time while you beat the crap out of like whatever it is, so you can get extra damage on it. I'll show off the, oh, I'm in Frenzy. I'll wait for the next wave to switch to Frenzy. Frenzy is basically just an all-out, like, I kill everything, oh no! Alright, let's switch to speed mode. Well, in Frenzy. Yeah, you like, time slows down for a little bit as you wreck everything. Do a lot more damage. Yeah, see like whatever all these trails are on the body. And like super, okay, out of Frenzy. Anyway, the agile, actually I think this is called agile mode. Agile mode is a few things, like that was called just dashing, where you just go up and run into them. If they're weak creatures, you would grab them and you could execute them, that type of thing, yeah, see. But if there's too strong, you'll just charge at them. Then the top one is, whoops, it didn't, top one is like a, kind of like a fast speed, oh no, that's Roar. No, I thought Roar was the, yeah, Roar, and then is the mouth one, and then the other one is kind of like a, I don't know what you call it, like a dash or something. It's basically supposed to be like a quick mode where you just like run up and strike. Like if you kill a creature, it goes up to the next one for like so many attacks. Oh wow, we've already got Frenzy again already. I guess I should go ahead and activate it. Might as well use it. And this will make taking out these waves of enemies a lot less painful. Like in terms of how long it's taking to do this, that type of thing. I guess you can't do rage abilities and Frenzy now. I guess you're just too powerful. I'm doing too much damage. Alright, Frenzy again. guess since these guys aren't doing that much damage to me, I can afford to not have to. Should probably be in heavy mode and doing the wave ability or whatever it is. Oh, we're on frenzy again. Okay. Yeah, we're charging. Usually, I don't get frenzy to charge up. Usually, if you kill people during like regular encounters, usually like frenzy maybe barely gets charged, or I beat the battle right before it's almost gonna get to charge. But I guess the game wanted to show us like, hey, we can be badass in our wolf form. Let's let you get frenzy activated on a pretty regular basis. Roar seems to just like knock people back and do like a little bit of damage, but nothing too crazy. I don't know if there's like any particular ability that works better on others other than just how you want to play it. Alright, let's watch the Ava Survives ending. Or get to it.
I've taken care of the reinforcements.
I owe you one, Cahal. Meet up with us. Then we can say goodbye to this fucking place.
We'll find him. I promise you.
After shocking reports from environmentalist group Lambda Mankind led to a worldwide boycott, the Endron Energy Company has abandoned its plans to bring its biofuel to market. In a written statement, Endron leadership expressed its surprise at what it referred to as personal and unapproved actions by former CEO Richard Watkins.
Find Watkins. Pentex is very interested in his research.
Well, that's the end of the game. So, okay, so I'm gonna skip the credits here because I want to show it during the other ending as well. Oh yeah, I want to make sure all the trophies activate before I click cancel or skip or whatever, because I want to show off the chase after Watkins ending. So, and then I'll talk about the credits and everything like that. So. Let me skip that, and I'll get right back to it as we get to the Chase Watkins ending. All right, we're back. Just loaded the deleted the file and then loaded the one from the online storage, or if you have do it from your USB device, either one. So yeah, it's a nice little trick to. But anyway, we're gonna chase that son of a bitch down. Watkins go pay. He's not gonna get away like in the other ending.
I'm sorry, Ava. I can't let Watkins live.
I understand. We'll manage. Get revenge for our 80.
Of course, in the other one, if you don't kill Watkins, he still kind of gets, but he doesn't die. Like, he just gets kicked out as a CEO, like big whoop, you know. So anyway,
Watkins.
Couldn't stop yourself from coming to see me. You're too late. It's already over.
You're gonna pay for what you did to my daughter.
Your daughter? She's just as much mine as yours now. The cells we injected her with, perfected her with, are all mine. Though perhaps her weaknesses came from you. Her anger, her fear, everything that made it so easy for the worm to take hold of her.
It's over. You're gonna die here, and your base and your fucking protocol will go down with you.
You think that will change anything? You and your kind. You're just pieces in Endron's grand game. Nothing but pawns, waiting to be sacrificed.
You talk too much, you piece of shit.
I was about to say, you know, for a guy who basically killed, like, or had it, really, that's all he turns into? Okay. Well, anyway, for a guy who basically like did whatever he did, I'm surprised we even let him talk. You'd think we would just like, just straight up just murder him like right then and there. You know what I mean? Oh, does he metamorphosize into all these different creatures? God, this guy is so silly as the villain. I don't know why. Just something about having like a tech CEO being a villain, just like, I don't know. Like, he ain't no Dr. Doom, that's for sure. Doom hates this, you know. But anyway, yeah, like I said, you'll get a laugh out of like the villain of this game. Like, it's just, maybe he's supposed to be like the way, like he's supposed to be like that because it's a different type of villain, but it's like a modern day villain. But I still rather have my over the top villains personally. Yeah, we basically just fight him and all his cronies. Yeah, it looks like he's metamorphosizing into all the different creatures we fight. I don't know why would you purposely turn yourself into one of these things, because you know like what happens, right? Look at this. This looks so silly, like just coming out of this guy. I don't know why. Even though I like the designs for a lot of the monsters, just, I don't know, just him transforming. It looks like something from like a Looney Tunes cartoon or some weird mad science episode of some show where the characters get swap body parts or something like that, you know. and this is like, oh no, she's got her head got huge, you know, something like that. I don't know, just like I said, it almost seems too silly to be like a serious fight, so might as well just focus on him, really. He's almost dead anyway. Obviously in hard mode I would probably try differently.
Watkins is dead. It's over.
Good. It's what the fucker deserved. Just do me a favor. I'll leave you the transmitter. Blow this fucking place.
Ava!
Finish the job, Cahal. For me.
Ava.
In a press release, Endron announced the death of its CEO, Richard Watkins, who was killed during a clash between the company's security service and members of the eco-terrorist group Lambda Mankind. In light of the tragedy, the company's transition committee announced that the release of their biofuel will be pushed back to a later date.
Pentex needs the results of Watkins' research. Find them for me.
Yeah, the final cutscene was pretty much the same with just slightly different dialogue. So, leading up to a sequel that may or may not happen, depending on what this sells. And from what I've seen from most of the reviews have been like mixed. You know, like, you know, kind of like 5 and 6s, or actually more like 4 and 5s out of 10. So basically average rating, so nothing too grand. Like one of those things. A lot of the reviews I think said like, you know, could have used a bit more polish or something like that. Could have been a great game, or it could have been at least a somewhat decent game, but most people were kind of like meh on it. I'm kind of the same as well. Like, I don't think it was a bad effort, and like I said, there's good things about this game. Like, obviously if you like heavy metal, there's a lot of that in this. And then obviously werewolves are cool. I mean, they've never been as cool as popular as like vampires or like zombies or something like that. Although during the Twilight era, ugh, I hate to say that, but they did become popular for a while because they were mainstay, and I was like, ugh, but I hate Twilight. It's such a terrible book. It's poorly written. It makes werewolves and vampires to be a joke. Anyway, yeah, like the concept designs for like a lot of the guardians of the Garu are pretty cool. Like some of the spirits that you can talk to are freaky but nature looking, you know, and obviously the the Fomori or the worm or whatever you want, or you know, those influenced by the worm are kind of like weird like things of nature that have been like corrupted or whatever, and you know, that's neat, you know. But like I said, it's got a lot of good ideas, but I don't know if execution, but the combat, I mean, they give you a lot of abilities, but I don't know, after a certain point it just kind of becomes kind of like tedious, even on the higher difficulties. So all it is on higher difficulties is just do more damage. You just have to be a bit more careful, but even then it's just kind of like and there's no like combo. Like, you have your different abilities and you have like agile and fierce mode, but there's no button press combos to do different things with that. It's just basically slash and use your abilities. And most of the characters weren't that interesting. Like, I mean, Cahal, yeah, he has like his moments of basically pure anger, like tax things and all that other stuff. But I mean, like I didn't care for a lot of the side characters. I thought they were boring. Like, Ava is supposed to be your like the techie character, and she's, I don't know, just she's the tech character. That's it. There's really nothing about her. I mean, we do learn about the characters if you talk to them between missions, as well as reading all the like the documents, but even then it wasn't that interesting. Interesting enough, she was a Garu herself, but she's apparently one of those Garu that doesn't take to the form or the fury or whatever they call it. I'm like, okay. Apparently the daughter was like that too. Like, she hadn't transformed into her first fury or whatever they call it, which maybe that was a representation of puberty. I don't know. But I guess that's why she tested well with the Endron people, because of that. I don't know. Yeah, she wasn't that interesting. She was just she was just your daughter. There was like your brother-in-law. I mean, he had an interesting design, the brother-in-law did, but there wasn't, I don't know, like I said, there's just no character that really stood out to me. Like, I guess technically the Watkins did, because, you know, he's this pompous, like, CEO that thinks he's, like, on top of the world or whatever, and did whatever he did to help the worm and stop you, or try to stop you, but even then, it wasn't that interesting of a villain. And, of course, whoever the villains they showed at the end there, like, whoever they're going to be if they ever make a sequel to this game. I don't know. Excuse me. I guess we'll just have to see how well this does or not. Like I said, it's not looking good, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, I guess I hope they get a second game and maybe they'll get a chance to like improve some stuff and tell their story. I don't know. I'm just not feeling like from it what that's gonna happen. Yeah, game design and I guess music for the most part, though I'm not into heavy metal, so this doesn't interest me as much, but for those who might like that, maybe it's good. I don't know. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, other than the character designs, I guess the concept behind the Garu and the Guardians and all that they can do, like I guess the behind the scenes stuff, like with the worm and all this other stuff, is interesting, but it's, I don't know, it just doesn't, I guess it didn't translate well in the story enough for me to find it fascinating enough to care. Because a good game has to like be everything together, you know. And like I said, this isn't a bad game. It's just average. It's just like, you know, like I said, I'd give it like a 5 out of 10 or something like that. Like, and 5 out of 10 does not mean bad. It just means it's okay. That's it. Like, too many people, like, unless a game, even if you give a game a 7, everyone's like, oh, I'm not going to play a 7. I'm like, all that just means it's not like a perfect game. Like, 7 is good, you know. Like 5 just means average. Like, I wouldn't touch a game if it was like a 2 or 3. You know, 1, 2, or 3. I'm like, okay, I'm not. That sounds like that's pretty bad. I'm not gonna touch it. But if it's like a 5 or something, I'm like, I might check it out. So was it? So is this based off the World of Darkness franchise? I guess so, because it says World of Darkness right there. Because World of Darkness is the brand where the Werewolf the Apocalypse is from. But I don't remember, but I thought that was White Wolf. Unless it changed hands over the years. Unless it's one of those where it's maybe they used the license, but it wasn't actually in collaboration with White Wolf. They're just like, oh, we're just gonna make a Werewolf the Apocalypse game. So okay. You think they would have, because Werewolf does tie into like vampire and mage and all this other stuff. So I'm surprised. I wonder if the idea was if the game did well, maybe they would. If this is being tied into Wife, it could not be, and I'm just reading into it. But because those things are in this world as well. It's not just the werewolves. It's like werewolves, vampires, wizards, hunters, and all this other stuff. But those aren't even mentioned. So maybe it is, and maybe it's just loose basely off that world, and it's just their own story. But man, you almost can't do just that world without mentioning the fact that there's wizards and stuff like that in it as well. But well, anyway, I guess that's it for Werewolf. That's the end. I showed you both endings. You know, trying to tie it up for a sequel and all that. So I hope you enjoyed me playing this game. I know I was kind of a sourpuss for like half of it, kind of complaining more than just playing the game and just trying to enjoy it for what it is. I mean, it is werewolves after all. Werewolves are cool, I guess. But I hope you enjoyed it. This, you know, obviously you saw the end, but if it gave you a reason to buy this game, great. If it gave you a reason to not buy this game, save yourself some money, that's good as well. So, but I guess we'll end it off here. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next game.